Welcome, seekers of truth and guardians of memory. Today, we bring you a chilling prophecy that has largely been forgotten, a warning from an ancient people who once ruled the coastal waters of southern Florida. The Calusa tribe spoke of a day when the ocean would turn black, the fish would die, and humanity would descend into madness. This is the haunting vision known as the Calusa Black Water Curse. But was this just myth, or a foresight of environmental disaster and societal breakdown? Stay tuned as we dive deep into this ancient tale and uncover its shocking relevance to our world today. If you love uncovering ancient secrets, interpreting tribal prophecy, and connecting past wisdom with current events, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone curious about where the world might be heading. The Calusa, a dominant and enigmatic Native American tribe of southwest Florida, once ruled the coastal waterways with ingenuity and spiritual depth. Known as the Shell Indians, they thrived not through farming, but through mastery of the sea, constructing elaborate canal systems, towering shell mounds, and even man-made islands. Water was not just a resource, it was sacred, central to their way of life and worldview. Yet within their oral traditions, Calusa elders spoke of a haunting prophecy, the coming of the age of black water. In this dark era, the once pure sea would become a source of death. The waters would turn black and brackish, fish would die or become venomous, and even the rain would be feared. Those who drank from the poisoned waters would fall into madness, raving, violent, lost to themselves. The elders warned that in this time, people would forget the old ways. Driven by confusion and fear, communities would collapse, families would betray each other, and blood would stain the sacred shores. The age of black water, they said, would not come from natural cycles, but from human arrogance and spiritual disconnection. When respect for the waters was lost, so too would life unravel. At first glance, this sounds like myth. But could the Calusa have been foreseeing something we understand all too well today? Consider the Deepwater Horizon oil spill of 2010. Millions of barrels of crude oil gushed into the Gulf of Mexico, staining the waters black and decimating marine life. Then there's the recurring red tide, toxic algal blooms that poison fish, cloud the coast in a foul stench, and make the waters dangerous to humans and animals alike. These modern ecological disasters mirror the Calusa prophecy with eerie precision. Blackened seas, dying fish, tainted water that sickens and disorients. But the warning doesn't end with the environment, it speaks of madness, chaos, and the collapse of community. And today, we see rising mental health crises, division, and societal unrest, often sparked or worsened by environmental degradation and loss of spiritual grounding. Perhaps the age of black water isn't just a legend. Perhaps it's already here. The prophecy says those who drink the poisoned water will lose their minds and turn on each other. On one level, this could be literal, a warning about neurotoxins in contaminated water causing illness, confusion, and madness. Red tide toxins and mercury-laden fish already pose such risks. But on a deeper level, the Calusa may have been speaking symbolically, warning of a spiritual or societal poisoning. When we pollute nature, we ultimately pollute ourselves. The waters of the world, once sacred, life-giving forces, are now treated as dumping grounds. As ecosystems unravel, so too does human well-being. The rise in mental health issues, social division, and collective unrest could be seen as the spiritual fallout of severing our bond with nature. Harmony lost breeds internal and external chaos. Some researchers and indigenous knowledge keepers suggest the Calusa prophecy may also hint at future catastrophes: oil spills, radioactive fallout, or even biowarfare targeting water systems. In such a future, clean water becomes more valuable than gold. As supplies dwindle, fear and desperation could ignite widespread conflict. The vision of dead fish is only the beginning. The final warning is far darker, a collapse of not just the natural world, but of the very fabric of human civilization. The Calusa didn't leave behind a written language, but their oral traditions were rich with meaning, carrying warnings, wisdom, and deep reverence for the forces of nature. Among their most sacred teachings was the understanding that water is life, and life must be honored to endure. Elders spoke of the memory of water, the idea that water holds the imprint of all it touches. It remembers not just purity and blessings, but also violence, pollution, and neglect. To poison water, they believed, was not just an environmental offense, but a spiritual crime. It was a rupture in the sacred relationship between humanity and the earth. In the prophecy of the age of black water, this rupture brings devastating consequences. Those who drink from the darkened waters suffer not only physical illness, but spiritual decay. Their minds cloud, their compassion fades, and their communities fall apart. They become strangers to themselves and enemies to one another. Today, this ancient warning feels startlingly relevant. From chemical-tainted rivers to lead-contaminated tap water, from ocean acidification to shrinking freshwater sources, we are already living in a world where water once life-giving is becoming a source of harm. The chaos and division that follow may be more than political or economic, they may be the fulfillment of what the Calusa foresaw. Yet within the prophecy lies a thread of hope. The elders taught that those who remember the sacredness of water, who protect it, heal it, and live in balance with it will avoid the madness. They will carry forward the memory of harmony. The Calusa thrived for centuries because they lived in tune with the rhythms of nature. Their story is both a warning and a guidepost. In honoring the waters once again, we may find the path not just to survival but to healing. The black water curse is more than a myth. It is a mirror. A mirror reflecting our choices, our consequences, and most importantly, our potential to change. Whether you interpret the Calusa prophecy as literal truth or symbolic wisdom, one message cuts through clearly and urgently. Honor the waters, heal the earth, or face the madness. The age of black water may not be some distant nightmare. It may already be unfolding around us through polluted coastlines, dying marine life, poisoned drinking water, and growing societal unrest. But prophecy isn't just prediction, it's a call to action. A chance to awaken, to shift course, to restore what has been lost. So what can we do? Be mindful of your water use. Treat every drop with gratitude. Support clean water initiatives and advocate for policies that protect rivers, oceans, and aquifers. Refuse single-use plastics and chemicals that harm waterways. Reconnect spiritually, offer prayers, reflections, or rituals that acknowledge the sacredness of water. Teach the next generation to see water not just as a resource, but as a living force worthy of respect. Let the Calusa wisdom guide us not just as a warning, but as a compass pointing toward balance, peace, and survival. Thank you for joining us on this powerful journey into the forgotten prophecy of the Calusa. If this video stirred something in you, if it opened your eyes to deeper truths, please like, share, and subscribe. Help us continue uncovering ancient wisdom, tribal visions, and the living secrets of our planet's soul. Until next time, stay aware, stay grounded, and remember, what we do to the water, we do to ourselves.